ReefDudes is sponsored by Brightwell Aquatics and Bulk Reef Supply. Today we're going to go over the easiest way to clean out a tank. What's going on, guys? Devin with ReefDudes. Now, I am taking down this tank, so I want to clean it up. Now, also on the flip side, a lot of people pick up a used tank and got all these funky marks on the glass and stuff. You want to know the best way to clean it up, kind of the easiest way. So I initially started by going through and just scraping everything down with the razor blade. Obviously the back two walls that I couldn't reach I haven't done yet, but the front ones, as long as you have a wet razor blade, scrape along the glass and that gets it off. So razor blade does wonders. Now for certain chunks of it like this back wall is acrylic and using a razor blade on it will scratch it. So what I've done in the past is put vinegar in a spray bottle, sprayed it, and that vinegar, that acid kind of breaks it down. Then it basically comes off like nothing. Now in this case, I still got the sump, I got a bunch of other stuff on here I want to clean all at once. So I've drained out most of the water and I'm actually going to fill it back up with fresh water and dump in a bunch of citric acid and just let it run through the whole system overnight. It works on our pump, so why not do it on the whole tank, and hopefully that will clean up everything perfectly. Just as the basics, water and a razor blade does go a long way. Two big things to make sure is that you're using a stainless steel razor blade and make sure it's wet. Okay, it kind of works on our glass, but any of these little marks, as long as it's wet, you have a nice stainless blade, comes off very easily. Another note too is if you're cleaning the silicone, don't go straight down against the edge because the razor could potentially tear it. Always go flush against it. You don't have any risk of the little edges of the razor potentially ripping the silicone. So I have done this with vinegar in the past, but citric acid is a little more bang for your buck, especially when doing large volumes. So we're gonna go that route. So just about ready to go to the sump. Now, I thought about just putting citric acid 100% with salt water, just super easy way to do it. However, I wasn't sure if it would react with it any differently. So rather than kind of take that risk, drained out the tank, drained out part of the sump, so there's still some salt water in the sump, so it'll be mixed, but it should be relatively low salinity in general. So things are starting to fill up. Let's turn the return pump back on, and we will let everything start flowing, get the water mixing, and dump in some citric acid. Now I get asked a lot how much citric acid to add when you're cleaning pumps and stuff, and I've honestly never measured it. I just kind of dump some in. I don't think it's super precise, and because it's not really an Aquarium direct product, there's no direct instructions on it. This is a 5-pound bag, and I'm probably gonna use most of it on this just to make sure it cleans everything really well. Now that's about 15-20 bucks on Amazon. If you guys want, I'll leave a link to this after. Now, if it saves you hours of scrubbing and cleaning, it's worth the 20 bucks. It's probably, I'm in Canada, so it's probably even cheaper in the States, but it's super duper easy way to clean it. I also have a bit of like algae and whatnot in my return section in the overflow box. So again, this is gonna help clean inside of there and everywhere else. So it really is gonna make your life much, much easier to clean it. So we let the tank run overnight. It's now the next morning, and now it should be extremely easy to get off any remaining coralline algae on the back. So come take a look. Remember yesterday how we were using the scraper to get it off? Scraping all our glass. Now look at this. I can use my finger to get it off. So that makes a huge difference. It kind of just dissolves it and softens it up. So it makes it really, really easy to clean off any of that kind of stubborn stuff that you're fighting with, and then there's less of a chance of, you know, potentially any scratches on the tank or anything else just because it comes off so easily. You know, you're not using that force. You don't have kind of hard stuff potentially getting trapped in between. So it really is a great way to clean the tank. So using an old credit card or something works perfectly to give it a quick scrape. Guys, that was the easiest way I found to kind of clean up and recondition a used tank to make it look new again. The citric acid really does go a long way. Vinegar works as well, but you need a lot of vinegar. Whether you can buy 1 bag of citric acid, that's equal to what, 20 plus jugs of vinegar. So space efficient wise, it's a good way to go. If you do want to pick up some and you want to support the channel, you can pick up some through my Amazon links in the description, which gives me a small kickback and helps the channel. So hopefully you guys learned something. If you did, hit that like button. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.